On Monday, Guyana hosted an International Organization for Migration consultation session. There, issues relating to the safety and management of migrants were discussed by the United Nations agency and government officials. During his address to the gathering, Foreign Affairs Minister Carl Greenidge made the case for the benefits of migration, which includes remittance and skills transfer.
Migration isn't just, of course, advantageous to the source nations, that is the origin from which the migrants move. As we know, remittances have boosted the national incomes of many developing nations, and diaspora communities have created and strengthened bonds between countries. And I don't have to isolate Guyana in that regard, where remittances in particular have constituted a significant proportion and at times as greatly as 17% of GDP in any one year.
But Greenidge emphasized that the potential negative consequences of poorly managed migration are not lost on the government.
There are an estimated 258 million international migrants, and it is likely that recent instability and the impacts of forces like climate change could drive these numbers dramatically upwards in the future. Recognizing this reality, nations have the responsibility to take charge of their condition and to ensure that action is taken, which action can make migration work for all people. The basic challenges we have to address are to maximize the benefits of migration, reduce the drivers of migration, protect the human rights of all migrants, and keep the balance between security and counterproductive, restrictive policies. All stakeholders have an important role to play in ensuring that we achieve that intention.
Head of the Diaspora Unit of the Foreign Affairs Ministry, Michael Broderson, explained the concept of the Compact.
The Global Compact is centered around addressing the challenges faced by migrants today, including, but not limited to, effective protection of the human rights and fundamental freedoms of migrants, including women and children, the specific needs of migrants in vulnerable situations, and combating racism, xenophobia, and discrimination, and intolerance towards all migrants. The discussion on the GCM also includes the issue of migrants in host societies, access to basic services for migrants, and gender-responsive services, addressing migration drivers of migration, the promotion of labor mobility, including circular migration, and combating trafficking in persons. Guyana embraces the concept of a global compact on migration, and we will continue to be meaningfully engaged in the process, even as we remain mindful of our peculiarities.
He noted that having played a part in the IOM talks previously, Guyana is looking forward to continuing the discourse. IOM is an intergovernmental organization that works with UN member states to ensure safe and orderly migration. Guyana has not only experienced a migration of its skilled and unskilled workforce in the past, it has most recently experienced an influx of migrants and remigrants from Venezuela. It is understood that intergovernmental negotiations will commence later this month. For the Evening News, I am Jarrell Ryan.